Hey kids, today I'd like to show you how to draw a more unusual animal, an emu. We'll start with a few easy shapes for the beak and face, and then you can watch an easy way to add fuzzy feathers around the head. Grab your pencil and paper and we can do this together. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. You know, my favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. The only supplies you're going to need for this project are a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, a thin black marker, and a few crayons. You may also find a link to a free step-by-step tutorial in the description below. And if you've been here before, you know I like to work with center pencil guidelines. They're also on all of my tutorials, and they really do help you use your entire sheet of paper. Let's begin with that large beak. I'm going to make some marks for how tall and wide it's going to be. Then I'm putting my pencil in the center and drawing one curved line down for one side, and then doing my best to draw that same curve on the other side. To draw the bottom part of the beak, we're kind of doing the same thing and making a mark for how far down it goes, and then drawing one curved line on one side and a matching curved line on the other. Let's go back now and add a matching curved line on the inside on the right. And the same thing on the left. So now our beak looks like it has a top shape and a bottom. That beak needs a couple of nostrils right in the middle. I think they kind of look like raindrop shapes. The emu's head can start with a very large upside down U. Let's make a mark for how tall it is and how far down it's going to go on the right side. Then connect those marks with a large curve, and notice that that is wider than the beak itself. After the right side is done, then make a plan for matching that on the left side and connect those marks with the same kind of curve. To finish that head shape with small cheeks, I think it helps to make a mark where it's going to end on the beak and then connect those lines with a nice rounded curve. Once you have the right cheek done, I think it's easier now to draw a left one to match it. Now we can move up to draw another curved line for the brow line. There's a lot of curves in this animal, so make marks like I'm doing here and then draw a line to connect them. And of course, the next thing to do is to draw a line just like that on the left side. Now comes my favorite part, drawing that very large emu eye. We need to draw a large circle that's kind of tucked under that brow. Make it fill the space pretty well. And when that's done, add a smaller circle inside. That's going to be the black dot. And then one more smaller circle for that white shiny spot. Now for the left eye, start with that large circle, just like the one on the right. Add a smaller one inside, and then a smaller one still for the white spot. Now for the emu's neck, we can just make some long, graceful lines that come down from the cheek, curve in a little bit, and go to the bottom of the paper. Now we can switch from drawing curved lines to drawing zigzags. Put your pencil at the top and start drawing a long zigzag line that goes down and follows the curve of the head. Make them small. They don't have to be even. In fact, they'll look better if they're uneven. And just continue going down until you get as far down as about the cheek. Let's do the same now on the left side. So start at the top and work down. The reason why we're doing it this way is because zigzag lines are hard to control, but as long as we have a guide to follow, then it'll turn out the way we want. Now that you hopefully have the hang of drawing this little zigzag line, let's finish up the one on the right, going around the cheek and down the neck. And when one side is done, then do the same on the other. You see, we're going to trace the zigzag line and erase the smooth one. That's how we're going to end up with our fuzzy emu look. When all of your zigzag pencil lines are done, then you can get out your thin black marker and start tracing them. Make sure those neck lines are traced too, and when you're done, then set that marker aside for a moment and erase the smooth lines that we first drew for the outer shape of the emu head. We don't want to accidentally trace them as we continue working. Now we can continue tracing the rest of our emu face. Then use that thin black marker to fill in the eyes and the nostrils so they're nice and black. Okay, the crayons can come out now, and I'm going to start by filling in those eyes with a nice warm brown color. The rest of the emu is shades of gray and black. Let's start with the beak and press as hard as we can to get a nice dark gray. Then fill in the rest of the head and neck with the same crayon, but just press a little lighter so you get a lighter shade of gray. To create the look of those feathers, now we need to take a black crayon and add lots of zigzag lines. But rather than just do them randomly, let's follow the shape of its head, starting on the outside and making zigzag lines that follow the curve of the head, then adding another row underneath that, and again until you get to the beak. After one side is filled, then we need to do the same on the other side. I think it gets a little easier because you can just continue those rows that you've started. The goal is to have those zigzag lines kind of touch each other but not overlap. But don't worry, we can go back and add some extra ones and when we're done if we'd like. When it comes to the eyes, I'm making a zigzag line go around it, but feel free to have your lines go in any direction you'd like. It might be easier to make zigzag lines like this going around the beak, but you could also just do some rows that go underneath it. Continue working down until that neck is all filled in, and you'll see it doesn't really need to be rows anymore. Once the necklines are drawn, it's easy just to take another moment to see if any of your lines at the top look a little too orderly. It's easy to remedy by just adding a few more lines in between and kind of mush them together. Hey, here's an extra tip. I did find that the black crayon makes a really good shadow inside the beak and underneath it too. That includes around the eyes, which I think makes them pop out a little bit more. Okay, we're almost done, and I just realized I did not add clouds in the background, and I really like them because they brighten things up. So I'm going to draw and trace them now. Then the final step is just to fill in that blue sky. I know it takes time to fill in those backgrounds, but it really does make your drawing look so much more finished when you do. Okay, so in today's lesson, we learned how to draw the basic shape of an unusual animal, and once we had that established, draw the fuzzy feather lines it's known for. Layering crayon lines on top adds even more of a visual texture. I hope you remember this technique the next time you need to add some fuzz to your drawing. If you enjoyed this lesson, then hop over to my website, Art Projects for Kids, where you'll find even more fun animal drawing projects like how to draw a flamingo and how to draw an ostrich. I hope you check them out too, and I hope you keep on drawing.